When this passionate new medicine is placed in the house of spouses, what exactly will happen? Hello everyone, today we're here to record, yes, Mars in the House of Spouses. Every year, I usually publish 1 or 2 Zi Wei strategy guides with Times Publishing. Around mid-October, I released the 4th Zi Wei strategy guide. If your finances aren't going well, how can your life go smoothly? I think many of my online followers might feel, well, I've listened to the teacher, and in the past 2 years I haven't lost money, so maybe making money isn't that important. But I want to know what my fortune will be like next year. So I want to let everyone know that this year we've published this 2022 annual trend forecast. In this book, we provide a detailed explanation of the combinations for each main star for the coming year. You might be the Sun or Tianliang, or have both the Sun and Tianliang in the same palace. We outline what your overall fortune will look like next year. Actually, every year we hold a large-scale trend forecast seminar. Although we do charge for it, all the proceeds are donated in full to a chosen organization. Basically, whatever amount I collect, I donate the same amount. As for the venue and staff expenses, I cover those out of my own pocket. Then, if the amount raised from the seminar doesn't reach our chosen donation target, I also make up the shortfall myself. Or, there are many enthusiastic friends who might say, "Teacher, it's okay, I'll donate an extra 2,000 or 3,000 myself." I am truly grateful to everyone. Especially last year, because of the pandemic, we couldn't hold the seminar in person, so we switched everything to online. Many friends said, "Teacher, it's okay." Even though the in-person event had one price and the online event had another, you don't need to refund me the difference. All right? You don't need to recommend anything else. Let's just consider the rest as a donation. I am truly grateful to everyone, because this lecture series has really grown bigger and bigger, with more and more people attending. This year, we expect to hold it around March at the International Conference Center. For detailed information, please make sure to follow our channel. As with previous lectures, we will arrange for our society's professional teachers, my own personally trained students, to help each participant with personalized chart analysis and destiny readings. However, because our events have become larger and larger, it's really a bit difficult to provide in-person fortune readings for everyone on site. So we've compiled everything and turned it into this book. If you're interested, you can visit our official website, and it should also be available on Shopee. You're welcome to join my annual Charity Trend Seminar every year. Last year, we donated to Mennonite Christian Hospital. During the 2 years of the pandemic, many people paid attention to medical institutions, but in reality, fire departments have borne an extremely high level of pressure, and very few people pay attention to them. Here, I'd like to first thank all the firefighters for their protection and support for all of us. Now, as we officially enter the period when Mars is in the partnership sector, let's first talk about what Mars means. Mars, of course, is one of the 4 malefic stars, right? So let's talk about the 4 malefic stars. Basically, why are they called malefic stars? Many people see the word malefic and immediately think it's something bad. But actually, the 4 malefic stars represent our own, those deep emotions, not just a particular personality trait. As people grow up, due to family upbringing and many other factors, you develop a rational side, but the malefic stars represent the purely emotional side. You could even call it the animalistic part, and that would be accurate in this context. So, what does Mars represent in this aspect? It stands for impulsiveness, passion, a burning fire. Many people can't distinguish between Mars and the Sun, because sometimes the Sun is also described as impulsive, but the Sun is more about persistence. I just want to do it this way. Mars, on the other hand, is that feeling of, I really want it, that kind of passion. I feel like this is what I love. And sometimes, in real-life situations, these 2 signs might seem the same to you, but they're actually quite different. The way they manifest may look similar, but in reality, they're not the same. The Sun's so-called persistence usually comes from a sense of, I've thought this through, I've evaluated it, and I just want to do it this way. This is what I want. But Mars is purely and simply emotional. And that kind of pure emotion can sometimes become irrational. Being irrational means being in a state that's out of control. So what does this kind of situation look like when it's placed in the spouse palace? Why are these malefic stars called malefic stars? It's because people don't exist in isolation. You live within a social group. Living in a social group means that interactions between people require certain rules, certain boundaries, and certain efforts. When others are being rational, but you're still acting impulsively, that's when people see it as a problem. That's why malefic stars are considered inauspicious. The issue is, many times people actually need to have these impulses, need to have these emotional aspects. For example, when I was younger, I was a member of a rescue team. I was a diver. When there was an air crash, we might go down to help recover the bodies of the deceased or assist victims. I know very well that these rescue personnel, when they rush in at the very first moment, in that instant, They are not being rational. If they were rational, how would they dare to rush in? If he were rational, he would first think about his wife and children, and after thinking about going into the fire or jumping into the water, would he be able to come out unharmed? The salary and the money he gets are definitely not enough to justify him doing these things. So, in that moment, what do these people rely on? They rely on impulse, on passion. It's not a rational decision. Because if he were rational, he wouldn't do this kind of thing. So, do you think society needs people like this? Of course it does. Sometimes when people need to do something different from others, you inevitably have to have that determination. You inevitably need those emotions and feelings to drive you. Only then can you do these things. From this perspective, a Shah star isn't necessarily a bad thing. When we interpret the Shah star in this way, when we objectively analyze it, let's look back. When this passionate star is placed in the spouse palace, which is a position that requires an emotional aspect, then what exactly will the situation be? Simply put, if we don't discuss the main star and just look at this Mars placed in the spouse palace, what we're saying is that emotionally it will be passionate. But that fire, sometimes being too passionate, isn't necessarily a good thing. You know, it's like what we often say. If someone is handsome, everyone loves them. If someone is unattractive, it's harassment. If I suddenly become very passionate toward a girl, she might be scared to death. But if I were Takeshi Kaneshiro and I acted passionately toward anyone, people would just think, wow, how romantic. So it really depends on whether you're in the right circumstances and doing it at the right time. So with this kind of Mars in the spouse palace, it means that when it comes to relationships, I'm extremely passionate. When love comes, I can immediately get into the mood and it becomes unstoppable, like a sudden spark igniting a raging fire. The problem is that this also makes it easy for people to lose rational judgment in relationships. For example, this person is clearly a jerk, but then you see him and you still love him very much. Isn't that losing rational judgment? Many clients come to ask this question. Teacher, why do I always end up with the wrong people? It's strange, but this is something we often talk about. That person is a problem. That person's issues are still their own. But at the time, the real issue is yours. If you want your relationship to be different, if it's just passion, if it's just about that spark, then you have to understand that relationships need to be nurtured. They need to last. And that requires rational thinking. But if you think it's fine as long as my relationship is beautiful and romantic, like fireworks, whoosh, boom, that's enough. It's okay. Then that's just how it is. So when Mars is in the marriage house, the good thing is that being with someone like this means that when you're in love, it's definitely the most romantic situation. But the downside is that among the 4 malefic stars, this one is extremely a very emotional one, like a new drug. When the main star isn't right, it's also very easy for things to go wrong. Maybe the passion goes overboard. This excessive passion could mean, for example, that even though someone clearly doesn't like you, you keep pursuing them, or you go around lighting fires everywhere, making people feel you're very passionate, but then you end up rejecting them. Situations like this can happen. So you have to look back and see what the main star actually is. If your palace is empty and only has Mars, then we need to look at what's happening in the opposing palace. Okay, so think about it. In this kind of view on relationships, actually, if they encounter, for example, the Zi Wei system of main stars, not only are they passionate, but they also hope to gain a sense of nobility in the relationship. If it's Tianji, then the responsibility might manifest as a stronger desire to control in the relationship. And if you don't control them much, that fiery passion will flare up. If it's Pojun, then, well, then they might be romantic and also hope that their relationship is abundant and allows them to shine. If you don't let them shine, they might go look for someone who does. If it's Zhifu, they tend to view their relationship more pragmatically. As for the passionate and destructive power of Mars, they know better how to use it, being passionate when it's appropriate and not when it's not. He'll quickly put out the fire. If it's inclination, then he will, for the sake of what he likes in that moment, break all of his own rules. For example, he might usually tell you that he likes a certain thing. A rich man being bald and having a big belly doesn't matter to him at all. But then he happens to meet someone who's really handsome but has no money, and that's fine for him too. He can break his own standards for the sake of his passion. If he and Zi Wei can be together, that's all that matters to him. So this Mars will ignite his desires, and emotionally, he's actually a very romantic person. This is romantic. And if it's the Venus series, basically, when it comes to emotions, he has a few traits. He's very willing to spend money, to invest his feelings and dedicate his emotions. In terms of relationships, he's quite generous with his partner. Of course, you still have to see what kind of new influence he's responding to. If, for example, it's... What about a combination with Tianji? Okay, what about a combination with Tianji? All right, with Mars added in, actually, emotionally he'll have a harder time because he tends to overthink things. He's unsure whether he should be so impulsive. He wants to act this way, but then again, it seems like he can't really do that. This often makes him he'll feel emotionally troubled and restless. Now, if it's a combination with the sun star, dating someone like this is actually quite nice. You'll feel very well taken care of. However, on the flip side, being cared for like this also means you'll have to listen to what they say. Otherwise, their fiery side will show and they'll become unhappy. Now, if it's the kind of star like Kaiyin or Tiantong, these types of stars are usually more passive emotionally. But what happens when you add this Mars star to the mix? They'll become a bit more proactive and positive emotionally. So, if your boyfriend has this combination and he already has a lot of romantic prospects, adding Mars could be a bit risky. If it's a star like Jumen, then you really need to look at your spouse palace with Jumen. But if the sun star in your chart happens to be in Yin Mao, Chen, or Wu positions, then he is truly a great lover, exceptionally knowledgeable, wonderfully eloquent, and deeply passionate. However, if his sun star is positioned in Shen, Yu, Shu, Hai, Zi, or Chou, then you might indeed need to pay much more careful attention to his rather fragile heart. He often feels empty, lonely, and cold inside, but he still longs for warmth. If you can't ignite that fire in him, he might go looking for someone else to spark it. You need to be aware of this, even though he won't say it out loud. Actually, having Mars in the relationship or marriage sector is pretty good. Being with someone like this is usually quite romantic. However, usually romance and people who are emotional often have a harder time handling relationship issues rationally. Everything has its pros and cons. If someone around you has Mars in the partnership sector, or even in the ascendant, since the ascendant governs all 12 houses, if someone close to you has Mars in the partnership or ascendant, how should you treat them? You need to always make them feel whether or not their passion for you is reciprocated, or you need to treat them passionately. This way you can keep that fire burning. Pay attention to what they want. If you yourself are this sign, then you should consider that maybe in a relationship. Sometimes it's not just about emotions. If you want something long-lasting, then you need to have a rational component, not just rely on passion alone. Thank you, everyone. Remember to buy the book, and when we make the announcement, be sure to join our Trends seminar. Thank you.